Welcome to beautiful Helen, Georgia and Destination OG. Welcome back to Project X-Wagon. On this episode, we're going to be focusing on the exterior wash process. First things first though, we need to get all that pine straw vacuumed up. Step two, we're going to get some test spots together by taping off the hood of the car, because there's so much buildup over the years and years it's been sitting outside. We got to figure out what product works the best. So without further ado, let's get the taping. Brad, what products are we actually going to be using to clean this car today on the pre-wash stage?
Yep. So we're actually going to be using Green Star 15:1 as well as 5:1, and then we're going to be using Multi-Star, which is a slightly more concentrated version of Green Star at a 30:1 and a 10:1.
Awesome. My personal opinion, I have a really great way so we can get these dilutions really quick. And for everybody, it's the quickest way really you can do it without thinking. And it's omnicalculator.com. You put in the final volume of your bottle you're putting your product in, and then you just put the dilution ratio and it spits out what you should actually use. So if we're going to be using what was it again on Green Star?
We're using that 15:1 as well as a 5:1.
Let's mix that 5:1 up.
Okay.
So after I put 5:1 in my dilution ratio, it says we need 5.3 ounces of Green Star.
All right, so to make it easy, we're going to go ahead and pour our Green Star into this beaker right here. So just pour a good amount of product in there. That should be enough. And also, if you notice on our bottles right here, we do have some standardized, the more common dilution ratios pre-marked on our bottle. So it makes mixing it really easy. So we're going to do a 5:1 of this Green Star. Right up to the line. And then 15:1. Justin, you said we use the Omni calculator for the 15:1, so that's approximately
2 ounces. We're going to be using 2 ounces.
Okay. So that will be.
So it looks like we're going to need a little more,
yep.
A little more in there. So we're going to move on to our Multi-Star.
Start with a 30:1, which will be about an ounce, which should be right about, there we go, 30 mils. And then a 10:1.
10:1, which is approximately 3 ounces.
There. So now that we've got our concentrate poured in, we're gonna fill up the rest with water, and we're gonna move on to the next step and show you guys how these products work. So as you guys can see, this panel has a lot of mildew buildup on it from over the years. So we have opted for two of our higher alkaline products, Green Star and Multi-Star. On the chemical side of things, alkalines are chemically engineered and designed to break down organic contamination. So it came from a living life form, or at some point was living. So this mildew is the perfect example of algae, forming on the surface. So we're gonna go ahead and test Green Star and Multi-Star at various different dilutions, not only to ensure that we're using the safest possible dilution for the job, but also to make sure we're saving product as well. So we're gonna go ahead and spray this on. Now we're gonna let this dwell on the surface for about 3 minutes, come back, pressure wash it, and see how it looks. All right, so we have, again, Green Star 15-1, Green Star 5-1, Multi-Star 30-1, Multi-Star 10-1. Let's see how it worked. And there goes the tape. All right, so Green Star 15-1, as you could see, it did remove a majority of the contamination on the surface. However, you can see, as you zoom in and get a little closer in here, there is still some blooming and contamination on the surface. We're moving over to Green Star at 5-1, and you can tell there's significantly less residue left behind, but still it's not as clean as the Multi-Star left it. So moving along to Multi-Star 30-1 versus Multi-Star at 10-1. Ultimately, the 10-1 Multi-Star won out. It is the cleanest. You can see there's little to no residue left behind. It did an excellent job of removing that contamination off the surface, and that's what we're gonna roll with on this project.
let's go to the engine bay. So we're going to be using the Rag Company Engine Bay Blaster. It's going to be full 5-to-1 of Green Star. We're going to hit all the painted surfaces in the engine with it, and some of the other areas, we're going to follow it up with a foam of Multi-Star and really dive deep in with brushes.
So now after we got done cleaning the engine bay with Green Star, we're gonna use Motoplast. Motoplast is our special engine bay conserver. So what's great about it is you apply it while the engine is wet, and then you can just shut the hood. It's water activated, it's self-leveling, it's belt safe, plastic safe, metal safe. It works phenomenal just to bring that OEM brand new look to the engine. Just let go. Shut. We're all set.
Next process.
Next process.